obvious draft. If I could put it like an easier to execute draft, perhaps as well. I certainly could argue.
It's like it's just like solid. It's like nice to look at. You see two supports, you're like, okay, they need like these type of heroes, and then they pick, heroes that lane well, that can go in, and then they like take this last pick, which is also kind of what they need. I just feel like it looks very nice. I think it flows very well. So if they can execute, I think they'll be in a good spot. So we have a quick pause.
I'm gonna get some reconnects in here. Want to make sure it's all feeling good, of course. Understandable there. But yeah, you mentioned the DK in that mid-matchup against Ember Spirit. We had a dominating performance. It was like 20 creep score, 15 denies early on in the lane. It was actually ridiculous. We thought Huskar was kind of the counter. Certainly is, but DK is as well. I mean, why is that? Why is it just simply how he could just stand up to Ember Spirit and not?
Yeah, so like the thing is that DK is one of the few mid heroes that, due to like Dragon Blood and the sustain you have, you can literally just fight against Flame Guard and like you just keep hitting the Ember, and many heroes can't do that. And you can also just stun him. Like every wave, you stun, you deny a creep. Because stun costs way too low mana, 70 mana cost. Okay, looks like both teams will have a ward in the same place. I didn't quite catch if they saw each other place that. I think not, as I would assume Geekfam plays it out of a smoke. The wards are chilling together.
Hanging out.
Just hanging out.
Was placed first, but yeah, you mentioned probably hidden when they placed it, so for the time being, looks like it's going to be a successful ward for now. They also have one just to the right as well. You see that close-up action of Warlock, though. We mentioned going into this first game that probably going to be a contested hero, certainly for Geek Fam, as they've shown they love this hero. 3-0 recently. I think it was 3-1 overall.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll say that. And
they were like,
at least 3 of those wins, or maybe the 2 wins, but either way, they like this hero.
3 of those games were them, and then the one was the team stealing it from them. As if you're wondering why Warlock has a Quelling Blade level 1, he will not jungle. He needs it against Sprout nowadays, as if you eat a Tango, it doesn't do anything. You're just wasting it. But a little bit of pressure early on.
Wow, it's a lot of pressure.
Good old Stapler.
Yeah, he's just whacking him over and over again with that Astral Spirit buff, but in the end, Armand will be fine.
There's some of these heroes where I feel like the 7.33 patch has been, I would say it's like one of my favorite patches when it comes to bringing new things into the game, like Blood Grenade and whatnot. It just really changes how some heroes work. Like suddenly Undying 5, ET5, the heroes who needed like a little bit of early pressure and more speed, they got that.
Yeah. Yeah, Outer Titan, he's definitely got it. He continues to run down the Rubik at that bottom lane and allowing Medusa to just kind of have a 1-versus-1 against Underlord, who, Underlord certainly can hold his own too, but...
I think my observer's not too happy about Bob not having skilled stun here early on against Cox, but I think he's still doing a good job. Maybe he's taking a different approach. You lower the damage of Cox with your Brief Fire, because then you lower his damage and then you can still outlast him. So we'll see if he puts on as much of a show as Yopaj yesterday, because if not, then we'll swap into Observer for next game.
He's gonna be too tilted after. Can't continue on. I gotta go, guys. No, that is interesting though. Obviously, player preference certainly coming into play right there. But yeah, so far it's 6-3 Bob versus 2-0 Cox on the other side. So Dragon Knight is
destroying.
Work beautifully. Yeah.
It's okay, sure. You've got this top lane. I mean, the Earth Spirit Nature's Prophet lane. I'm sure it's better than it looks, because to me this looks like a low priority single draft lane. But it's just funny how sometimes it looks like it, but they can just make it work. I don't think they will pressure the Sven too much, but all they want, I think, is levels, and then they want to play through their Dragon Knight. So if that's what they can get, they'll be super happy out of this lane.
Execration, it's a pretty beautiful CS chart to look at so far. I know we're only 2 minutes into the game, but all 3 of their cores are having a great time. Of course, we expected the mid-matchup especially, but Earth Spirit, even 9-4 against the 7-0 Sven, so Earth Spirit... it's always fun. I've used this word evolution of these heroes. How a hero like Earth Spirit has been just support for the longest time. We're seeing him as a core in this patch, it feels like, whether it's mid or even the off lane here. And, kind of makes sense. He just looks like this tanky hero that can do a lot of work.
I mean, thank God the Dota players are allowed to figure things out. It's like, oh, this hero can be played in another role. Whereas, so either way, I think that's nice. You can sometimes see it mid, you see it off lane. Looks like Bob is still doing a a good job here in the mid lane. I do think that down bottom, Underlord is not having a good time. I mean, ET Medusa is it's a scary lane. Like ET plus any hero that gives him anything. A PA Dagger, Medusa Snake. It's just it's a pain in the ass to deal with.
Very spammable abilities, yeah. You're constantly having to take pressure from. You do see up top, you got Nature's Prophet just roaming back to the lane to continue to assist. But at the bottom, I'm watching as well. As, Rubik's been trying to do this jungling, but Elder Titans just continue to keep that harassment up.
This Nature's Prophet +4, I feel like it's just so annoying to play against. Imagine you're a mid hero, and then every rune you want, this clown just TPs on it. You know, Water Rune minute 2, TP steal. Bounty Rune minute 3, TP steal. Water Rune minute 4, Whistle Rune. Like you kind of get the point.
And he's already had a very unfavorable matchup against the DK. You know, this is not going to be the most fun game for Cox here on the Ember Spirit, at least in the laning phase. But again, we've also mentioned this many times throughout these events, you know, these qualifiers. Ember Spirit, there's a reason why this hero is top picked and so liked.
Yeah.
If he does have the bad laning phase early on, he can definitely recover. You see bottom lane, a lot of damage on the Elder Titan, but he will survive it.
Up here it comes. He didn't even TP for it, so they're doing a good job at like trying to slow down the bottle region of Cox and whatnot. But he's still doing pretty well on this Ember. I don't think he cares too much. The thing that I care about is Earth Spirit's CS. What is my man smoking? He's 26 and 4.
Yeah, well, Nature's Prophet certainly a part of that too. Guy runs in and just starts throwing auto attacks into Sven, and
he's just sprouting them. Like anyone who doesn't know about the new patch, they're like, "What the hell is this Nature's Prophet doing?" But Sprout deals damage now, my friends, and when they eat out of it, they don't get anything from it. So yeah, what a stupid hero, actually.
Stupid good hero.
Yeah, absolutely stupid good.
Definitely powerful, and there's a reason why one of the most banned, I think the most banned actually overall. Shanks.
It has to be, yeah. So he's gonna be, okay, taking a bit of pressure though. But yeah, this early lane for the Earth Spirit and Nature's Prophet I think is great. They're getting, I would say even more than what they want. They're getting farm, but most importantly for these two heroes, the early XP. Because when you want to play on like high tempo and speed up the game, you need the early levels. Like you will give away 500 gold for a bonus level.
Yeah. Yeah, net worth, 3 of the top 4 belonging to the Radiant side. You got Sven is only one doing solid here for Geek Fam as far as the net worth is concerned. Again, still early on, no hero kills yet. It's very rare, especially in this region, what we've been seeing.
Well,
usually a lot of
it's coming soon. Minute 6, which also means heroes are getting that level 6. You have mid hero, you have Bob, he has ult available. They're going to have the siege creep, so everyone is going to go mid. Going to have 6 people here on the mid tower and on the active room. So Geek Fam, they need to try to withhold this early pressure. Yeah,
Bob immediately kills a catapult, immediately pops ultimate. Now you see he's going to take Fade Bolt there, but here comes
Shanks.
Shanks, and Narman's dead. I mean,
oh yeah, Sprout his ass.
There is the first blood, so you called it, coming up to 6 minutes, and the tower is going to take plenty of damage as well. Not regen for Ember, at least.
Yeah, they're going to bring Scam as well, because what's important is you need to hold this tower. Like, you don't want to lose it against the first Dragon form as Cox gets stunned up, Blood Grenade.
He's not 6.
He's dead.
No Remnant, he's just going to slight, and he will fall right before the Bounty Rune can be picked up by him, so even more momentum now for Execration.
So like now, if you're Execration, you're, well, incredibly happy. This mid tower is going to go to like, what? Less than half HP. You also killed the Ember once more before he got level 6. Or, well, you killed him once before he got 6. So, yeah, Bob is very happy here. So he's just high-fiving and whacking the tower. So, yeah, next form, this tower's gone.
And there's really nothing you can do about it. I mean, it's one of those cases, you just accept that fact, most likely, that it is going to be lost. Scan.
They're scanning. He's thinking about TPing there, but he'll just get instantly lifted. So he'll probably just deal with the 1-for-1 trade. It's a good job by Narman, aka Hassa, being ready in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. Good heads up there. Bottom lane, Elder Titan TP's back in to help support the Medusa some more. But yeah, Medusa's also quietly, as she tends to, been farming away. You know, Onit's doing solid, though. I will say that. It's not like he's falling behind drastically. He's actually keeping up with everyone else, so that's good news, at least for Geek Fam.
Yeah, good old Medusa Sven. You know what they're both gonna do? Just keep farming. You get a Spark of Courage on the Sven. You will happily take that. Some more damage if he's ever in trouble later. The physical armor as well. Yeah, why not? God Strength. Kill the wave, farm the jungle, and yeah, Bob, this is your mid tower gone. Which means soon he's gonna go to the top lane. Cox just gets level 6. Yeah.
Dragon Tail hits as he zooms away, but yeah, the tower is dead, and Ember has to keep his distance still. So yeah, expecting the stacks though. Speaking of the Sven versus Medusa matchup, certainly be keeping an eye on that. Oh, Invis picked up, but picks it up right in front of Rubik, getting it first. Ember with the stomp. Excuse me, Elder Titan with the stomp. Stomp would be crazy. Dragon Tail. So Rubik, he's dead. He tried to
He is a goner.
Dragon Tail stun though prevents that, and this Dragon Knight as
Bob is doing it. Yeah, he's actually, he is gonna be very strong. I don't know about the 4th point and his passive, but you know, whatever. He's doing so well that I think he could kind of do whatever he wants. He's gonna need a couple more levels. He's got the Soul Ring, the Magic Wand, and once he has Blink, he's gonna have a couple more levels to go with that. And next Dragon form, I think Olnit will maybe say goodbye to his top tower.
Expected to move up there. I mean, 25 seconds on the Dragon form, so we'll see. Going to push out this mid creep wave and where he goes from there. Speaking of top, Olnit in the jungle. Going to start farming those neutral items. Already has his own Spark of Courage. But yeah, Warlock doing the stacking. So, I mean, you've seen Sven. He is still topping the charts. So yeah, again, that's the good news for Geek Fam.
Yeah.
The bad news is all 3 cores of the other side are just about near him.
Spark of Courage on Medusa. This item has got to get nerfed. I will talk about it every time I cast. Because when these stupid carries just get 18 damage, like more than 20% on heroes that have split shot or cleave, it is it's a very good item. You know, I'll just think everyone can figure that out. But the good thing is that Skem has Golem already again at like minute 9. Always he leeches a lot of XP. They have a lot of heroes that move out of the lane. Then he stacks for them. They clear that. So they could look to use some of these early golems, I think, in the next couple minutes as well.
Yeah. Underlord, he has a Vanguard, has the Arcane Boots, so he's certainly in a comfortable spot to perhaps assist in a fight. But yeah, as you mentioned, Keizu, it's like
bye-bye
here. It's just
it is.
Kill top, and DK will take some of the jungle as well.
Yeah, and then like 1 to 1.5 minutes, we're gonna have to DK Blink, set up the map, go for smoke. Maybe you can keep like the Nature's Prophet ulti for then as well. So if you're Geek Fam at this point, like maybe you don't even wanna use your Golem aggressively that badly, because I feel like you don't have the best aggressive capability. So perhaps you just try to hold it, and you try to read the enemy moves, and then you're just ready with some Fatal Bonds, Golem counterplay.
Cox there is putting some pressure in the mid lane behind the tower, avoids the Echo Stomp from Elder Titan and slips on out to continue farming in his own jungle, or else that could have been pretty dangerous. But yeah, good job there. Medusa, pretty typical stuff. The Manta Style's queued up, has the Yasha.
Yeah, this Underlord Medusa matchup, very interesting. They just both sit there, kill some creeps, and chill. As both teams very focused on stacking, of course. As I think this is not the first time we're covering some Sven versus Medusa game, where, of course, stacking is so good nowadays. A lot of the carries that love stacks are also good. So yeah, both teams preparing that. Also, you see some wards and D-wards around, because you need... This is... careful there, Abing. Oh, that's a magnetize. I like that.
I was going to say, is he going to magnetize?
Oh yeah, I've never seen this before. I'm a fan.
So, he's going to take this farm, or is he just softening it up for the...
No, screw you, Medusa. You're free farming bottom. This is mine. Oh, I love this shit. This is great.
He got Blade Mail already. He has 1,500 gold saved up. I mean, this is an insanely farmed Earth Spirit. So
yeah, he's the top net worth now. This is great, because to be fair, if your Medusa had to leave bottom lane, I think sure he will take it, but he's just kind of chilling down there. And Shanks as well. I talked about their offlane duo before. He's got Spirit Vessel on the Nature's Prophet, which can like help you even more to kill some of these Underlords and Sven. So they've got some sick timing. I think also Bob's Blink is coming out, so gotta be careful here if you're Team Geekers fam.
Well, Sven making a point that I don't care what you guys do. I'm the carry on my team, and I'm taking that farm. So he takes his Ancients, and he does continue to be the top, just about 7,000 net worth. Now, he's got the typical build as well, the Echo Saber, the Mask of Madness. BKB is queued up for him, understandably. Great idea, but look at Bob.
Oh, 3-man smoke.
With Tino.
They seem to be smelling something here. As Force has a very defensive positioning. I like his item build. He's got the Occult Bracelet as well, the Cloak, the Vanguard. He's kind of prepared. Woo. Slight miss.
Force right now. Kicked away.
Oh, kicked out of the ET splitter though.
Yeah, a little unfortunate right there, but either way, it's
here comes Cox.
Underlord surviving. Tino rolls in, hits Warlock. You mentioned though he's got Chaotic Offering, so you don't want to overcommit here if you're Execration. Ember Spirit's on. There's the Chaotic Offering as well as the Fatal Bond, so got to be careful for the spread damage. Earth Spirit pops.
Tino's a bit deep.
Now going to be blocked though. Tino's dead. Tino gets picked off. The God's Strength of Sven. He's going to beat down on the other Titan, and that's 2 kills going the way of Geek Fam. They did lose Warlock, but he did his job. Shanks.
He's stuck.
Shanks, yeah, stuck. Cox is like, get me out of here, please. Okay, he is going to survive the Spirit Vessel.
Oh my God, this
down to 5 life.
The Flame Guard kind of doing work. As you know, also you have the stolen Brief Fire on Rubik, and that stuff is no joke. It's a lot of damage. Like suddenly you have Fate Bolt and Brief Fire, you lower everyone's damage by quite a lot. As I think Execration, you went a little too deep. I don't think your Medusa wants this fight. He just wants to keep farming. So good job by Geek Fam. We talked about the Golem.
Yeah.
Seen it put to use.
I mean, they were diving in between tier 1 and tier 2.
They were asking for it. Let's be real.
An Underlord, yeah, just doesn't seem like them. I mean, I understand why they're feeling confident, but that's certainly a little too confident there. But Geek Fam's like, thank you very much. They're going to pick up their own Wisdom Rune.
Yeah.
They'll continue on. Oh, double damage going to be picked up by Ember. That's big.
That will certainly be of help, perhaps in the next fight for Cox, as bottom tier 1 does fall. So Geek Fam have lost all of their tier 1s, which, you know, it can happen. It's not like the end of the world. You're playing against a Dragon Knight and like all this early type of tempo and pressure. At least Olnet is doing very well. And if he can try to replicate what he did in some of the other Sven games where he has good net worth, gets a Blink, BKB, whatever, to like speed up the game and go in for his team, I think that is what they will have to do in this game.
Medusa in her own Ancients, but doesn't really have a stack to work with currently, so we'll just farm up that area, though. Still make the best of it, but 3-player smoke, Dragon Knight, once again, leading the way with Elder Titan and Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit almost has his own BKB finish, but still needs the recipe. It looks like DK is working on his, so we mentioned Sven was going to be building into his own, and he's just about there, actually.
Yeah, I do like also that they gave the stack earlier to Tino, because I feel like the heroes that will fight for you are the Earth Spirit and the DK, so give them the farm to go in as Cox, Earth Splitter, Silence, see ya.
The Wrath of Nature also bouncing in. I mean, that is some nasty damage. The Earth Splitter connects, and yeah, no chance to get out of that one.
Yeah, I think unless you're cheating or you have a shield rune activated, most heroes in Dota will die to this move.
Yeah, you see it right there. It's blowing up. So yeah, when things synergize like that here on the Radiant side, you can just see how much damage they can do. But kind of goes back to that previous fight as well. I mean, we mentioned how Underlord got kicked out of the Earth Splitter, and you know that was some big damage that potentially could have killed him, and who knows how the fight would have gone.
Roll in. Silence.
Speaking of Underlord, this time, will they survive? Chaotic Offering again comes up and Mouse put down. The Blade Nose activated by Tino. Rolling at the Breathe Fire as well. They will kill Underlord, but Sven with the cleave. It's so much damage as expected at the Pit of Malice. He is locked in place, but gets...
Oh, bros.
Also falls in the midst of that. Triple kill for Cox on the Ember Spirit. Wow. I mean, Earth Spirit barely survives.
They are not... Oh, Tino? He will TP out. They are not... They need to respect Mr. Warlock, man. Fatal Bonds, Veil of Discord Golem, and Dr. Cox. He's here too. He cleans... Look at that. He dealt the most damage on Warlock.
That's ridiculous.
So, my friends...
Warlock.
Yeah, they need to... This is the second time now where they don't need to really take the fights like that. You know, like they're forcing it. So they're going to have to rethink that from now on.
I mean, they definitely need to. Yeah, if it wasn't from the previous fight, certainly after this one, with especially how that went. I mean, Geek Fam has got to be feeling fantastic right now.
Oh, yeah. You've got the BKB on Olnet as well, right? Like, he's happy. That's their ping out a Bing. It's probably going to be okay. Also, Bob, after dying, he swapped his item build from, I think, wanting to buy a BKB to a Midas. So,
oh, wow.
We have changed our approach. I think he was really like, okay, guys, this is bullshit. Let's stop fighting. Let's just late game. I go Midas. See you later.
I mean, Ember's more farm than DK now. Like, that's very telling of where this game is at, too. Speaking of Ember, Shanks is going to TP away, so good old Sprout TP play works pretty well.
BKB's not here yet.
He's dead. The Blade Mill, he doesn't care. He just tears him up through it. And that tower's
What looked to be an incredible early game from Execration. It's quickly turned around. Now it's Geek Fam. They're certainly in the driver's seat. Like, sure, they're only up 2k, but now they've got like a lot of timings. Like, Onid is very strong. We've seen Warlock in all these fights as well. You've got levels on all the other heroes, a pipe and levels on your Underlord. So, yeah, Execration definitely slipping up a little bit over these couple minutes. Ooh, a ping.
Yeah, the Villa Discord on Warlock as well. So much amp damage coming out on their side. Yeah, they're playing beautifully around this Sven.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, Ember Spirit's also, he's more than recovered. He's catching up to the Medusa, for Christ's sake, on the other side. He's about to be second in net worth at this rate, it feels like. So
yeah, that's what nice team fights are going to do for you. He's also got the Boots of Travel, which honestly I kind of like. I feel like he can deal with some of the split push, like he can deal with some Nature's Prophet, like he can always, and also just scale. Like he can get the farm and then still go to his team later with the travel. So I kind of like how Cox is building up in this game.
Medusa, Butterfly is going to be the item that's next. The Manta style was pretty typical early on, but from there it's a question of what direction she wants to go in. And again, the Butterfly, clearly the answer, at least that's what he thinks. Sven has a blink coming, and basically 100 more gold, and he'll have a blink though as well, so even more initiation and just another great tool to work with. And Roshan looks like it could be a thought right now.
I think it should be soon as, oh, okay. Chains into the gate. Bob, how are you going to get out of this one? Yeah, you're not. Everyone's here.
There is support kind of nearby, but they're just going to let him be. It's just not worth trying to fight this, and now the Fiends get back. I just love, I know we've mentioned this before, I love this ability, and seeing teams use it like this.
Underlord, if this hero doesn't have a bad lane, and generally right now I don't really see this hero get shut down that much, and I think with the map being so much bigger than it used to be, all these mobility spells just seem that much more important as Boots of Travel, Glyph.
Medusa.
That's our early Manta as well, chained up.
In trouble, yeah, the Manta already used it. Now here shows up Sven. That mana pool's melting.
Oh, nice lift.
Now the life pool's in trouble.
Oh, they're trying so hard to make him use Stone Gaze.
He's still alive, but the Pit of Malice.
Stolen Stone Gaze as well.
Gaze, it doesn't matter. It just delays what seemed to be the inevitable the whole time. Can't get away.
Oh, that was some really nice layering. Like, they start first. They get the chains on him, only gets the stun off. He gets lifted right before the first Stone Gaze. Then they kept feeding him like 3-4 mangoes and lotuses to finally give him like, let him get Stone Gaze off. And then Rubik just steals it anyway. I think Narman's best hero is Rubik. I think my boy Hassa, he's been known for this little Rubik hero.
Saw it yesterday, we're seeing it again today.
Yep.
And this Tormentor's gone. That's the Radiant Tormentor that'll be taken by Geek Fam. Gonna get that shard going over. Speaking of Rubik, that's a great shard for him. That telekinesis now.
Very nice.
Powerful.
I mean, this guy is already being annoying on Rubik without having, you know, gold fed into him. So now he's got a shard. It's gonna make it even easier. Scam with the Trust to Shovel. He's got like 10 salves. So while they were doing the Tormentor, he was just salving up everyone in the bros. So now we're all full HP. It's time to go smoke.
That's time for Sven to, well, thought he was gonna
run away.
Yeah, barely run away. Never mind.
Oh, double Wisdom Rune Steal though. Nice move from Execration. I mean, you need to squeeze in every little bit that you got because Geek Fam, they've got Pipe, Crimson as well. Your Medusa is not gonna deal damage into Pipe, Crimson, Underlord Aura, and Warcry.
No, you're certainly not. Sven thought it was maybe looking at Jumper Spirit right there, but never mind. Just farming out the mid. You see what Nature's Prophet's doing. I mean, Shanks is
he's farming.
Some kind of farm, I suppose. Yeah. He's he almost has his axe finished. How impactful is that axe going to be this game, you think?
Axe could be pretty annoying. Like, I think, so of course it's going to be like the chained root and so on. I think against, it can catch the Ember off guard if you're looking to run away. You can try to root them up, but also if you're starting the fight and you like start rooting some of these heroes, maybe the supports as well, I do think that Nature's Prophet axe has a lot of potential. It's Roche time.
I mean, the strategy certainly has completely changed by Execration from coming out of the laning phase to now. Now it's that solo get your farm. And
yeah, I mean,
because we need to recover.
Like, think about it. If you look at the game right now, DK, Bob is not ready to fight after having the best early game of his life, simply because, you know, sometimes you make some mistakes and then, like, okay, you make a deviation to go Midas into BKB, which I don't think is a bad play at all. But just those two fights, they changed the whole dynamic of this game.
And there's the obvious Roshan that we saw coming. And as we see with this first Aegis, it is going to be given to Ember Spirit. Right now, Sven feeling pretty cozy. He's got the BKB. Extra tanky. It's still earlier on. The damage from Execration, not as much of a threat, so makes sense why they want to give it to the Ember. And they're just going to push down the mid lane, or excuse me, the bottom lane.
Yeah, it looks like it's not too easy for Execration to defend right now, so I do think that they're going to look to delay perhaps a little more. They still have got this like later game matchup of Medusa versus Sven, and I think DK scaling is not that bad against Sven. Sure, like now in like the next 10 minutes, Sven like kind of cuts through you, but once you get your upper talents, like a little more armor on the DK, eventually you get to stand your ground and just chill. So I like what they're doing. ET is just defending and stalling, and the rest of your team, they just keep farming.
Yeah, so this tier 2, it's definitely dead. If you're Geek fam, curious where they go from here.
They are coming for a fight with the DK BKB.
DK jumping in, they jump on the Sven, but the chaotic offering once again. The blow up on Odin is real. It gets half-life, but it's not enough damage. The chase continues. Bob, he really wants that kill, but he's just too damn fast. Meanwhile, Cox in the midst of it, doing plenty of damage himself. Ember Spirit, though, he's Dragon's Tail stun. He is stunned in place. Slide of fist, wanted to get out. Pit him
Silence!
out. Yep, they get the kill on Ember, so the Aegis will be burnt. But Sven, you know the reset's coming. He doesn't have God Strength. Oh, it is still activated, though. So he actually would have God Strength. Palos still has...
Good Fatal Bonds. Oh, my God.
Fatal Bonds are ridiculous. Nature's Prophet is dead. And plenty of damage being spread. But Medusa's still holding her own. Buyback from Elder Titan.
Okay, Force, Glimmer.
Underlord.
Whip yourself.
Medusa has shown that she's been a pretty big threat this fight.
Yeah, he's just getting to chill there. It is not easy for them to kill him unless they need to all in that hero. Yeah, again. I mean, Skem is just... He had a very good Fatal Bonds to start the fight, and then when they re-engaged, I think he had a 4-hero Fatal again. So, I mean, overall, not the worst fight for Execration. I mean, you still died and had to use a buyback, but you're kind of showing that you have the fighting capability.
Well, Sven, though, gonna do that reset we talked about. I mean, he's got a full harpoon now. Fantastic item on this hero. And he's smoked up with 2 others as they're once again going hunting.
So, Palos.
Is gonna be back up.
It's going for the high damage build, which, yeah, I'm kind of down for it. We talk about all the auras and the armor hits to cut through, all net with the ult.
3 hit. Elder Titan's dead. Dieback. He's out for 6 seconds.
Tino
caught. He's got Blade, but he's not using it, though.
Well, he's dead anyway, so I guess see you later.
Okay. I mean, he activated BKB, but yeah, a little bit, maybe just pure panic right there or whatever, but Manchester still hits.
Oh, Sprout. Stone Gaze.
The Sprout saving for the time being. The Pit of Palos barreling. Karst goes.
Oh, harpoon.
The pullback with the harpoon and Palos.
Yeah, body block his ass, Cox. Get your Cox in there.
Block. There's the stun. And there's the big red crit. Nearly 1,000 damage coming out from Sven to slice him down.
All right. I mean, Geekman is kind of, they're running them over, making it look like, I don't know, a school battle. It's like the older brother is just bullying the little bro. Olin just goes in, 2 shots ET, keeps the fight going. Suddenly the next guy's dead. And then Medusa's like, where you at, guys? I'm alone.
Yeah, the team just, at that point, not much more they could do. They had to run, and Medusa not happy with it, but it just kind of shows you how much more ahead this Dire team is, especially when they get a jump like they do. I mean, to blow up another Titan with a dieback, like losing ET right off the bat like that. He does plenty. I mean, even just him being alive with the natural order debuff and buff is big.
Yeah, just like trying to like stomp some people, or maybe you can even like stomp the backline or whatever it may be. So, I mean, for Execration still, it's not like their scaling is bad, but the way that they're fighting and have been fighting in this game so far has not been good enough, I think, to try and fight back in this game. Whereas GeekFam they've been very clean once more.
And it certainly is impressive how Cox here in the Ember Spirit is. He's doing fantastic. I mean, he's been above the Medusa now. He's just about to hit level 20 as well.
Yeah.
He's got the Kai and Saints, Lincolns, and Maelstrom, a great item build there. Gives him a lot of freedom to move around in these fights and also deal plenty of damage throughout. So, I mean, what's the game plan here for Execration? You wait for another Roshan, take a fight around there. Is there some items that are coming to mind for you?
Honestly, it's just, it's scaling. You need to continue to get farm on the map. I'm really looking at some of like the later talents as well, like DK trying to get maybe some like more attack range or even some 25 talent. Obviously, that's not something you want to be playing for at 20 minutes in the game. Talk about, oh guys, I need my 25 talent, but I think they need to just slow down the game, play for high ground, and keep getting items, and then like play on some later stage timings, maybe some 5-slot Dusa with Rapier or whatever.
All right, well, Execration are continuing to spread. He's farming at bottom. You got Medusa all the way to the left, you see there. Farming the Ancient.
Ooh, my friendos! Surprise!
The blow up on Nature's Prophet. The Sprout will save for the time being, but now Medusa might be in trouble. Chaotic Offering comes out, clears the trees, and that's dead. Nature's Prophet. Medusa with a Stone Gaze. Gonna help for the time being. And she's able to TP out because of it, so close call there, but at least Medusa lives.
Okay, so you get your Medusa out, but that will be, yeah, just gonna turn into a high ground push. Instead of God Strength for a little bit. It's glyph number 1. Own it. And that's a dead Medusa, I believe.
Mana's gone! The save is not gonna be enough. She's out for a minute. And now they're turning their attention to the objectives, although Tino trying to make the focus him. Blade Mill, it just doesn't matter. He's down for 50, no buyback himself.
Well, Chad played.
Easy objectives now.
I love it. Like sometimes you have this, oh, Sven is bad at high grounding when they throw spells on me. I need to blink out. This madman, he just blinked in. He still had God Strength, because that's another thing you can do. Sure, they want to throw their spells on me, but the moment they show their ass, I'm going to jump them and just 3 to 4 shot them. That was a Medusa, and she just died.
Yeah, evaporated. The damage output is insane by Sven right now. That's what happens when they get the farmies out.
Oh, yeah.
It's 8-0-6. This is a... I know you were talking about him yesterday for Geek Famo. One of these pub stomp players that never really got the chance to be on the big stage up until this season. And he's making the best of it. We've seen these last couple of days here. Geek Fam is looking very strong right now to take game number 1 of this best of the 3 series here.
Yeah, he's hella doing it. And like all of these games, sure, you're gonna have the Sprouts that are delaying this Rax push. You might even be saving it. No. Oh, Blink stun, Stomp. Okay.
Stand of Swords, own it. Turns around on a Tino though.
They don't take any damage.
They really do not. Yeah, your Spirit definitely takes damage. Able to pull out at the last second though.
Okay, so stolen stun on Rubik as well. It's got the Dragon Tail. Yeah, Medusa still needs like what? You need the Silver Edge and like 1 more item. Like there's just too much trash you have to deal with. So they're trying to buy a Nullifier on the DK to like get rid of the Warcry, get rid of the Crimson Guard. I think that's actually a really, really nice choice. But that will just mean that Olnet later he has to buy the Shard and then Warcry becomes undispellable.
Yeah.
Oh, they see them.
It's been pretty well. Hold on, because Medusa again at half mana. Harpoon. Back in. Stone K is going to be committed. Tino nearby as well to assist. Cox is
low on mana. Oh, he's out of mana.
Lift. It's completely gone now, and you see right there, even just a couple of attacks, how fast she goes down. Again, Medusa out for another minute. They're just cutting off the support. That feels like that's the 3rd or 4th time where Medusa kind of just dies alone.
Oof.
They just can't get to her.
Earth Splitter. Slightly swing and a miss.
Oh, hold it. Damn the creep wave, and I was gonna say go for the tower, but no, he wants heroes, damn it. Nature's Prophet, that's a hero.
Easy godlike.
Was a hero. Having to resurrect now, so...
Oh, here comes Bob. Never mind.
Bob
Force.
And now he's forced literally to fight right here. He's gonna pop his BKB and unable to finish that Nullifier stuff. Okay, just got delivered.
Yeah. Very cute play from Force, literally forcing the DK into his old Pit of Malice. I don't know if I've seen that one before, but I like it. You know, Force Stuff is not only a defensive item, as Bob. Ooh, easy bait by Olnet. Nice lift.
Yeah. These Lotus Orbs are doing a bit of work, but now it's a dead DK. Maybe?
He flops on in.
Yeah. He's out for a minute. Medusa is back, but it's just 1 by 1. I mean, Execration is, they're in...
Bro, look at Force. He's healing when Medusa's hitting him. That's not a good sign. I mean, sure, you throw down the Nature's Prophet ult, you hit me with your split shot, but it's like, haha, that tickles, and nothing actually happens. Like, all right, Rax number 3.
Execration just throwing bodies at them, really. Like, just
literally
play as much as they can, but it's, for what cause is it? I don't know. It just seems like that they're just not getting anywhere close enough to truly winning a fight. They're just simply delay as much as possible. But the Rax, it's going to fall bottom. The top goes down as well, and we all know what that means. The Horn comes out, and that means Mega creeps 32 minutes into the game.
That means very easy game, of course, for Execration. You just need to queue up the Rapier now. That's how you beat the Megas. But yeah, 30k gold lead. Mega creeps available at 30 minutes. Yeah, I think if you're a Geek fam, you're chilling. Everyone's laughing, having a good time. Spam some voice lines. I like it.
Figuring out what ridiculous items you want to buy now to just even get further ahead. So
yeah.
I guess if there's one hero that you'd want to have on your team for coming from behind against Mega Creeps, Medusa is certainly on top of that list. So there's a positive note, I suppose, for Execration. But they got Roshan now to worry about, which is going to be dying here shortly. And that means another Aegis, and this time Cheese going the way of Geek Fam.
Yep, sure, they're just gonna do that, and I feel that Geek Fam don't seem like the type of team that would shy away from, on the next God Strength, like they just smoke up and they just blast you out in your base. You know, they're gonna get all their core items now, take this Roche, wait 40 seconds, smoke up, and then just like blast you in your base, straight up. They're not gonna go farm the whole map and wait, because they know how strong they are.
Oh, look at this, top lane, they all come up to the top lane. Rubik's already in here, gonna spot them. Finds Elder Titan. Cox gets in there as well. The lift on Medusa and the cutoff from...
1, 2... yeah, see you later.
Yeah, just call it. GG, they know. It's over, and it's Geek Fam taking game number 1. A very impressive performance as a team.
Yeah.
Down in the laning phase, all 3 lanes